Loveless was the first one I watched, and it is 12 episodes long, and it's supposed to be like a psychological thriller slash boy love slash cat people anime, and from what I've heard, the manga is a lot better, but I don't really feel like reading the manga after watching the anime, to be quite honest. So this is only a review of the anime. I did not like this at all. I mean, everything about it sort of wigged me out from the beginning, but I watched all the episodes because I wanted to give it a legitimate chance, because people were talking about how it had a lot of psychological elements. So I was watching it to see those things, to see like, okay, where is this plot that makes it better, or more thrilling than the regular, like, whatever's going on. And that just never happened for me. I kept watching and watching and waiting for something great, or at least something really interesting, but instead I didn't really get anything out of it. The relationship between the two leads was just kind of disturbing to me, because I don't have a problem with, big age differences, as long as the younger person is of the age of consent in wherever state or country or jurisdiction they come from. And, the boy is 12 years old, and 12 years old is not the age of consent in Japan, and his love interest is 23, I believe, or 25, 23 to 25, one of those. And I'm like, I kept thinking of him as a pedophile the entire time I was watching the anime, and it would not go away. I legitimately could not separate their age from what was going on, because even when they're together, they look completely different. And in this universe, if you're a virgin, you have cat ears and a tail, which totally freaked me out, because I would just end up looking at people and be like, okay, so you're the slut. Well, not slut, but like, so you're not a virgin, you're not a virgin, you're not a virgin, but all of you are virgins. That was all I could concentrate on when I would see like big, groups of people seeing who's virgin, who wasn't. And, the fact that there's just the age difference, and just like the maturity difference, it just seemed so strange. And the male character, the older male character, he freaked me out, because he was so forward and kind of creepy about what was going on, and he had this kind of like sub-personality that just also kind of made me just like, what? It was really weird. And then the whole concept of what was going on with how they battle was reminding me of Pokemon. It was like, except you fight with an actual person instead of like a mon. And I was trying to like really get what was going on in the story and get hooked onto it, or find something I enjoyed on some level, but I didn't. And I felt really upset, because I was looking forward to it, but I realized this is kind of a good experiment for me, because I really don't look at boy love or girl or loli or stuff like that, even though I do like Yao and Yuri. Most of the time it's adults or both the same age and whatever. So this kind of experiment to see like, do I like those kind of relationships? Can I deal with that? And I can't. It just really freaked me out. And I would feel that way if it was a girl and a girl, or a guy and a girl, or whatever, because it's creepy. You shouldn't do that with children. It reminded me of Cardcaptor, when like the little girl who was like Sakura's age was like engaged to like her teacher, and I'm just like, that's really weird. You're not even like 16 or anything. You're just like, it was just weird, because they look like children. So I really could not get into Loveless. I'm sorry. If you enjoyed it, that's fine. I don't judge. I just couldn't get into it. After that, it was K-On! And K-On! I actually also didn't like, but for different reasons. It's a very formulaic anime. It's about like these group of girls who just form like a K-On! Or like a light music club, and them, learning how to play and whatever. And after the first 3 episodes, I'm just kind of like, I get where this is going, I understand what's going to happen, and I really don't feel that invested to want to finish watching it, because there was like 2 seasons of it. I was going to watch the first season, and I was really excited, because I'm just like, oh, it's going to be fun or whatever. I could not get into it. It was just kind of dull. It had its moments of funny and humor, but after the first 4 episodes, I was just like, this is what it's going to be the entire season, and I really don't think I care enough to watch it. I do think, like, if you like those kind of animes, I know another show called The Idol Masters also like it. If you like those, this is fine. But it's too much like watching kind of like a regular CW TV show drama. Like, you know what's going to happen. You kind of get where this is going, and it's not really going to change. It's not really going to evolve. It's going to be like this consistent, sort of thing. And if you're not already into it, it's kind of dull and drab. So I wasn't crazy for K-On! Then Angel Beats. Oh my god, Angel Beats. What an amazing series. I mean, never will you be so upset for characters to go to heaven. And it was so emotionally complex and character-driven. And it sort of reminded me of Magica in a way, except that with Angel Beats, there's not that exhaustion that you feel, or like a dryness or a numbness that you feel, because it balances humor, and drama and action all together in a series consistently, and it flows so amazingly. Like, you would think, oh, you have drama and you have comedy, and it would kind of clash, but no, it's written in this great way. I mean, the entire episode with Yuri, I think it's Yuri, she's the one with the pink pigtails, was just like, oh my god, her and Hinata had me like almost crying at the end of the episode. I was so touched, so moved. And the entire story with, the Angel character and the main male character, which is so interesting, and how you think it's going to be like a formulaic anime, like it's just going to be more of the same, but it's really not, and it evolves and it grows, and the characters become like so well developed. Not all of them, because it's a huge cast, but like the main characters, you can sort of attach to them, and you love them, and you almost feel sad for them to like move on or evolve. And when you learn what this world that they're in is really about, it's just kind of like, oh my god, that's amazing, because this whole time you're thinking, it's bad, but it's like, it's not really bad, but then you're upset. It was just a great series, and the characters were really well written, especially the leads, and the relationships really flowed well together, and everything was just sort of like, really clever. I really had no complaints. I was kind of like iffy about it in the beginning, but as I kept watching, I was like, this is fantastic. This is really an amazing series, and the ending, I was like in tears. Almost. I was just kind of like, no, 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 and I tried to watch the VM, or I tried to watch like the movie version of it, the OMV or whatever, OVA, and I'm just like, I can't. It doesn't give me the closure I want. It doesn't like take place in what I want to do. I don't want to see this. I can't. I just can't. But I loved this anime, and I would highly recommend it. I mean, it's fantastic. TK. So awesome. Best TK ever. Fuck TK from Digimon.
I'll be back.